My girlfriend posted, "Just bought my dream car." It was my car, re-registered in her name using forged signatures. I didn't panic. I just reported it stolen. When she got pulled over and arrested for grand theft auto while her friends were in the car recording for Instagram. Original post I-29 male, discovered the Instagram post while eating lunch at my desk. There it was, Natalie, 27, posing with my 2019 BMW M3. Tease dangling from her manicured fingers. The caption made my sandwich stick in my throat. Finally manifested my dream car into reality. Hard work pays off, ladies. Had her boss babe new whip, BMW life. The comments were flooding in, her friends hyping her up, asking for rides, congratulating her on the purchase. Thing is, I bought that car 18 months ago. Paid $52,000 cash, title in my name, insurance in my name, registration in my name, or so I thought. Natalie and I had been together for 2 years. She moved in with me 6 months ago. Recently, things had been weird. She'd been pushing hard for engagement, talking about building our empire together, posting those toxic positivity quotes about knowing your worth. I'd been clear I wasn't ready for marriage yet. She seemed to accept it, but apparently she had other plans. I immediately called the DMV. After being on hold for 37 minutes, yes, I counted, I finally got through. "I need to verify the registration on my vehicle," I said, giving them the VIN. "One moment, sir. The vehicle is registered to Natalie Winters." My blood went cold. Since when? The transfer was completed last Monday, when I was out of town for a work conference. She'd told me she was sick, couldn't pick me up from the airport. I never authorized any transfer. I never signed anything. "Sir, we have the signed documents on file. If you believe this is fraudulent, you'll need to file a police report." I hung up, pulled up my banking app. The car was paid off. No loans, so at least she couldn't have taken a loan against it. But the registration? She'd literally stolen my car through paperwork. I screenshot her Instagram post. Then I did something that would later prove genius. I went to her profile and screen recorded her Instagram story. She was at a brunch spot with her friends. My car keys prominently displayed on the table, talking about leveling up and cutting dead weight. Then I called the police. Update 1. 3 days later. The detective assigned to my case, Detective Hayward, was thorough. I'd filed the report immediately, providing original purchase documents, insurance papers, bank statements showing I paid for the car, screenshots of Natalie's social media, text messages where she'd asked to borrow the car various times, establishing it was mine. Detective Hayward pulled the DMV transfer documents. The signature was laughably bad, like not even close to mine. She'd also used a fake notary stamp she'd apparently bought online. "This is felony forgery and grand theft auto," he said. "The car's value makes it a serious charge." "What now?" I asked. "We'll put out a bolo for the vehicle. When we locate it, she'll be arrested." I didn't tell anyone. Not our mutual friends, not her family, nobody. Just went about my life. Moved her stuff into boxes in the garage. She hadn't taken much when she left, just essentials, and apparently my car documents from the filing cabinet. Meanwhile, Natalie was living her best life on social media. Daily posts with the car. Videos of her and her friends cruising around, music blasting. One particularly ironic post, "Surround yourself with people who celebrate your wins." Her friend Kelsey commented, "Yas, queen, you deserve this." If only they knew. The entitlement was staggering. She'd literally committed multiple felonies and was broadcasting it to the world. The audacity of thinking she could just take my car by forging papers and I'd not notice or not do anything about it. Day 2 after filing the report, she texted me, "Hey babe, been thinking, maybe we rush things, can we talk?" I didn't respond. "I know you're hurt about me needing space, but we can work through this." Still nothing from me. Stop being immature. At least respond. I screenshot everything and forwarded to Detective Hayward. He told me not to engage, don't tip her off. The hardest part was watching her mom comment on the car photos. "So proud of my baby girl, working hard and achieving dreams." "Lady, your baby girl is a felon." Update 2, 1 week later. The arrest video is probably viral by now, but let me tell you the whole story. It was a Thursday afternoon. According to what I heard later, Natalie decided to take her 3 closest friends on a beach day trip. They were documenting everything for Instagram, of course. Kelsey was recording from the passenger seat. Two other friends in the back, music pumping, everyone singing along. They were about 10 minutes into the drive when the lights came on behind them. The Instagram live video, which someone saved and sent me, shows everything. Natalie pulling over, confused. Was I speeding? I wasn't even speeding. The officer approaches. License and registration, please. Natalie, still not getting it, hands over her license and the fraudulent registration. Ma'am, step out of the vehicle. What? Why? I wasn't doing anything wrong. Ma'am, step out of the vehicle now. The camera's shaking as Kelsey tries to film. You can hear Natalie getting increasingly agitated. This is harassment. I know my rights. Ma'am, you're under arrest for grand theft auto and forgery. The scream she let out. The absolute scream. This is my car. I have the registration. The registration you fraudulently obtained. The owner reported this vehicle stolen. And then, this is the best part, she says, that bitter asshole. Just because I dumped him. Way to admit you knew who the real owner was, Natalie. Her friends are freaking out. Kelsey's shouting, we're recording everything. Police brutality. Ma'am, please stop recording and step out of the vehicle. You'll need to find alternate transportation. They had to get an Uber. 3 girls standing on the side of the highway, waiting for an Uber while their friend gets arrested. The Instagram live cut off, but not before catching Natalie in handcuffs, ugly crying about how this was all a misunderstanding. My phone exploded about an hour later. Mutual friends, her family, everyone who'd seen the arrest on Kelsey's Instagram. Her mom called me 15 times, finally answered on the 16th. How dare you have my daughter arrested? Over a car. She stole my car, Diane. She forged my signature, used a fake notary, and illegally transferred ownership. She said you gave it to her. I have text messages of her asking to borrow it dated after she supposedly owned it. Why would she ask to borrow her own car? This is vindictive. You're ruining her life over a breakup. She ruined her own life when she committed multiple felonies. Diane hung up on me. Then came the flying monkeys. Natalie's whole squad started blowing up my phone and social media. Kelsey, you're really gonna have her arrested over a car you weren't even using? I use it every day. She stole it while I was on a business trip. She's facing prison time over a stupid car. She's facing prison time over grand theft and forgery. That was her choice. Her friend Becca tried a different approach. She's really sorry. Can't you just drop the charges? She'll give the car back. That's not how criminal charges work. The state presses charges, not me. But you could tell them you don't want to prosecute. Why would I do that? She committed serious crimes. The entitlement was unreal. They genuinely thought she should face 0 consequences for stealing a $52,000 car. Update 3. 2 weeks later. Natalie got bailed out after 3 days. Her parents put up $15,000. The conditions of her bail included no contact with me, and she couldn't drive any vehicle registered to me. Duh, she'd already stolen the only one. But the entitlement didn't stop. It escalated. First, she tried to spin the narrative on social media, posted a long, rambling story about financial abuse and how I'd promised her the car but then reneged when she stood up for herself. Complete fiction. The comments were mixed. Some of her friends bought it, but others were skeptical. Wait, so did he give you the car or not? Why did you get arrested then? Girl, forging signatures is serious. She deleted the post after an hour. Then came the truly audacious move. She had her new boyfriend, already had a new boyfriend, contact me. This dude, Landon, called me from her phone. Hey man, this is Landon. I'm with Natalie now. Okay? Look bro, she made a mistake. She's really broken up about this. Can't you just let it go? Let me get this straight, I said slowly. You're calling me to ask me to drop felony charges against your girlfriend who stole my car while using her phone, which means she's violating the no contact order? Silence. That's another charge, by the way. Violating a restraining order. He hung up immediately. I called Detective Hayward, reported the violation. Natalie got arrested again that night. Landon was at her apartment when they showed up. According to the police report, she tried to claim Landon called me without her knowledge, using her phone without permission. While she was sitting right there, the bail got revoked. She spent another week in jail before her parents could get a new bail hearing. This time, it was $25,000, and the judge warned her one more violation would mean staying in jail until trial. Her mother Diane tried once more to intervene, showed up at my apartment. "Please, Derek. She's learned her lesson. This is destroying our family." "Diane, she stole my car. She forged legal documents. She committed fraud. She's just a girl who made a mistake. She's a 27-year-old woman who committed multiple felonies. The lawyer says she could get 2 to 5 years. Then she should have thought about that before committing grand theft auto." Diane actually dropped to her knees. "I'm begging you, please, tell them you made a mistake. Tell them you gave her permission. You're asking me to commit perjury to save your daughter from the consequences of her crimes? I'm asking you to have mercy." Where was Natalie's mercy when she was posting all over Instagram with my car, telling everyone she bought it? Where was her mercy when she was calling me bitter and pathetic to her friends? She made her choices. I had to threaten to call the police to get Diane to leave. Update 4. 1 month later. The preliminary hearing was last week. I had to testify. Natalie sat there in her jail outfit. She'd been locked up again after sending me an email titled, "You win," with a long rant about how I'd ruined her life, another bail violation. The evidence was overwhelming. The forged signatures. The handwriting expert said it was amateurish at best. The fake notary stamp she'd ordered from a website. They had her credit card records. Her social media posts claiming she'd bought the car. Text messages between her and Kelsey planning the whole thing. Kelsey had flipped and provided them to save herself from conspiracy charges. Yeah, turns out Kelsey knew the whole time. The texts were damning. "Kelsey, are you sure this will work?" Natalie, "DMV doesn't verify signatures. It's easy." What if Derek finds out? He won't, and even if he does, possession is 9/10 of the law. That's not how that works, lol. Whatever. He owes me anyway. I've been his girlfriend for 2 years. I deserve something. The prosecutor also revealed Natalie had searched how to forge signatures, penalty for forging car title, and can you go to jail for stealing boyfriend's car on her laptop. She'd literally Googled the crime before committing it. Her lawyer tried to argue it was a misunderstanding between romantic partners, and that I'd given her implied permission to use the car. The judge almost laughed. "Counselor, implied permission to use a vehicle doesn't extend to fraudulently transferring ownership." The judge ruled there was sufficient evidence for trial. Natalie started sobbing. Her mom started wailing in the gallery. Her dad just looked defeated. As I was leaving the courthouse, Landon, the new boyfriend, approached me. "Dude, you destroyed her life over a car." "She destroyed her own life when she stole my car. She was going to marry you. She thought what's yours was hers. We weren't even engaged. And that's not how property law works." "You're heartless." "I'm heartless? Your girlfriend stole $52,000 from me and you think I'm the bad guy?" He tried to get in my face. Security intervened. He got banned from the courthouse. Update 5, 2 months later. Natalie took a plea deal. Her lawyer finally convinced her that going to trial would be worse. The evidence was too overwhelming. She pled guilty to grand theft auto, reduced from first degree to second degree, forgery, identity theft. Sentenced to 18 months in prison, suspended to 6 months with good behavior, 3 years probation, $5,000 fine, restitution for my legal fees, $8,500, 200 hours community service. She has a felony record now, forever. The day after sentencing, I got a call from her dad, Robert. Different energy than Diane. "Derek, I want to apologize. We raised her wrong, gave her everything, never let her face consequences. This is on us too." "I appreciate that, Robert. I'm paying your legal fees, all of it. Already sent a check to your lawyer." "You don't have to." "I do. It's the least I can do. Maybe if we'd held her accountable earlier, this wouldn't have happened." He was the only one in her family who got it. Meanwhile, social media was still popping off. Natalie's friends were doing a Free Natalie campaign that went nowhere. Kelsey posted about how the system is broken, and it's criminalized relationship disputes. Someone with common sense commented, "She literally stole a car and forged documents. That's not a relationship dispute, that's a felony." The best part? Remember all those Instagram posts of her with my car? The prosecutor used every single one as evidence. Her boss babe posts became exhibits in her criminal case. She played herself. I got my car back, obviously. Had to pay to get it out of impound, but insurance covered it. Still drives great. Sometimes I pass places where she took those photos, and I just shake my head. The entitlement never stopped, though. Even after conviction, she had Kelsey post a message from Natalie. "I hope Derek is happy. He got his car in his revenge. I loved him, and this is how he repaid me." I guess some people can't handle a strong woman who goes after what she wants. Going after what you want equals stealing, apparently. Final update, 6 months later. Natalie got out after 4 months, good behavior. She had to move back in with her parents because, surprise, having a felony record makes it hard to get an apartment or a job. Apparently, even the MLM schemes she used to push don't want felons as consultants. I ran into Kelsey at a coffee shop last week. She tried to duck out, but I was between her and the door. "Derek, Save it, Kelsey." For what it's worth, I told her it was stupid, but she was convinced you just let it go. Why would she think that? Because she said you were weak, said you'd never have the balls to actually do anything about it. I laughed. How'd that work out for her? Kelsey shrugged. She's working at a call center now, has to take the bus, posts motivational quotes about rising from the ashes and stuff. Still entitled? Worse, now she thinks she's some kind of martyr. Says the system is rigged against women. The system that gave her multiple chances, plea deals, and reduced sentences? Yeah, that system. We parted ways, haven't heard from any of them since. The other day I got a notification that someone viewed my LinkedIn. It was Natalie. She didn't connect or message, just viewed. I checked hers out of curiosity. She'd listed her time in jail as a sabbatical for personal growth. The entitlement truly never ends. But here's the thing. I'm good. Like, really good. The whole experience taught me massive lessons about red flags, boundaries, and standing up for myself. I dated someone new for a few months, didn't work out, but that's fine. I'm not rushing anything. My credit's intact, my record's clean, and I still have my car. Hey? She's a convicted felon working at a call center, living with her parents at 27, taking the bus, and calling it a journey of self-discovery on Instagram. Sometimes karma doesn't need any help. But when someone commits felony grand theft auto and documents it on social media, well, then karma just needs you to make one phone call to the police. To everyone who messaged saying I went too far, she stole a car through forgery. That's not a mistake, that's a crime spree. If someone steals $52,000 from you, are you just gonna shrug it off? Didn't think so. And to anyone in a relationship with someone who shows signs of entitlement, those little comments about what's yours is mine, the pushing for access to your finances, the anger when you set boundaries, pay attention. It escalates. Natalie didn't start at grand theft auto. She started with small boundary violations I ignored. Never again. Oh, and the BMW? Still drives like a dream. Sometimes I take the long way home just because I can. In my car, that I bought. That's registered to me. Legally. Peace out, Reddit. Edit, since everyone's asking. No, I didn't get back with her. No, I don't feel bad. Yes, I'd do it again. And yes, the car now has a GPS tracker, steering wheel lock, and hidden kill switch. Not taking any chances.